Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. So we'll be putting the engine finally back together from the silver S4 B5 what I stripped down. So as you seen on the beginning of the video, everything was cleaned up in the machine, pretty much ready to be assembled. I did paint the block. The block was the machine shop, hone it, check it, rebalance the crank and everything. So we are ready to put it back together. I painted silver because I thought it would be a good idea, but I changed my mind. I think it will look better in black, so the block from the yellow one will be painted black like from the factory. We have just few things underneath the engine, so it's a good idea this Saturday to honestly build sort of the bottom end or bare engine. You see how it goes. I didn't measure or check anything yet, so we have to measure the crank, we have to measure the conrod bearing clearances and everything. So yeah, plenty of work to do, so let's get to it. Inaktivnali problem. Ježišmaria. Ranie tá klukávka. Môžeš povedať iba. Začni.
Išiel jeden robí, nemá mikrofón, takže... Chceli povedať, da ti dala $100.
Okay guys, so we installed the crankshaft in place now. We will be measuring the clearance in between the bearings and the crankshaft. The crankshaft of course was sent to London along with the block. That was fully balanced, clean, polished and everything. And we put these bottom end caps there. So number 1, 2, 3, 4. We put the plastic gauges there, so we'll be measuring the clearance now. We are using the old bolts to tie it all down. We will tie it to the Newton meter spec and see what's the result. Takže 30. Dobre?
Súhlasím. Nič iné mi neostáva.
Ježišmarja, sa to čo pokazilo. Ešte sa to sme dotiahli. Okay guys, so we tied the inner longer bolts, 30, 60 Newton meters and 90 degrees. We will take everything out now and we will check the clearance. Hopefully it will be all good and we can continue building the engine.
Polovicu menej. No, skoro.
Oh my god. Jedna je taká, druhá iná.
dôležité.
Áno.
Moment odtrút.
Normálne som nervózny z toho teraz, človeče. Ani nie, no. Dobre. A toto je veľmi zaujímavé, čo sa tu stalo. No 25. No, dajme tomu. Tu dajme tomu. A tento jeden je taký divný. Je to lepšie. Ten prvý sme mali určite 0,25, tento je tak 0,38. Okay guys, so we have to measure the bearing number 2 3 times actually. First time I didn't tie properly the bolt to 90 degrees. Then I put a small plastic gauge which was shorter. It didn't really press properly. So that wasn't good, and the third time I put it on the full length and we tied it all again, the whole crank to the block, and currently we are on 0.38. So that is not bad. The first one was probably 0.25, 6, 7, so we are talking about 10, 11, 12 hundredths of a millimeter difference between the first and the rest of them, which is not much, so that is acceptable. Right now we're going to strip it down, clean it up again. We'll be putting the ARP studs in and tighten it down. Závit. To je manuál, pozrieme sa na. Dúfam. Závitovú tyčku tak riešiť. Môže byť. Okay guys, so we put the studs in, read the manual, we should put Loctite on them, which we did. So the shorter one went onto the outer side, longer ones onto the inner side. We tied them by hand, we basically tied them like gently, and right now we can put the crankshaft in. So we're using this assembly loop, which is really sticky stuff. And even with the R32 engine, what we did, it struggled to build up the oil pressure because the starter motor didn't spin the engine quick enough to build the oil pressure up. So it's good stuff, it's protecting the components before starting it up, but same time it's like glue. So crankshaft in, then the axle bearings, and tighten it all down to Newton meters per.
Frajerský.
Na Slovensku peknú M6 zabehnutú. Tu americké výrobky, to zase budú vyžaké. No, aktuálne inak mažeme matky. Dobre. Ej, čo myslíš, aký to bude rozmer? Fú! Už sa to teraz netočí. Takto motor nemôže fungovať. Dobre. Nebudem. Akože dosť sa to polo nedoťahuje. So we have the nuts and the studs in place. They were lubricated, of course. They were tied in a sequence. So you start from the inner ones to the outer ones, and we tie them 45, 90, and 135 Newton meters. So the crankshaft is still spinning, which is good. We have spinny, spin, spin, spin. Next up, we have to put the rods and the pistons together. We have to check the piston rig gaps. We have to check the clearance on the conrod bearings. So yeah, plenty of things we need to put it back together. So let's get to it. So we have the first piston ring insert to cylinder number 1, 2, 3. I don't know why we're going from, hold on. No, cylinder number 4. But I don't like the piston ring gap so far, so we're gonna check it. Blížime ešte trošku. Nevedol radosť. Vážený, ho už máme. 0,55. Dobre som to spravil, Erik. Okay guys, so we have piston rings in number 4 and 5, doesn't matter really. But I checked the piston ring ups and we have like 0.381, which is this one. So this is the original size, how it's in the box. You can see it's really tight. So even, yeah, now it's going in. So 0.381, we should go to 0.55. This is 0.559. So I already did one piston ring. So that is going in nicely. So this is the piston ring up what we need for a turbo engine, which will be pushing a bit more power. It is because of the heat and the whole expansion of the material. So we have to adjust them, and then we have to do the second ring as well to some spec. Krása. Mega kámo. Tento trošku ešte musím zobrať tu nahore.
Veľa nie, to potom zbytočne.
Okay guys, so we finished the top ring, all 6 of them. There's a middle ring already where I'm measuring right now. Says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mr. Cameraman is lazy to show you it's actually all 6 of them. That's the problem when you're fat, but never mind. Currently we are measuring the original second piston ring in cylinder number 4, and we are measuring 0.483. That will actually get in. However, according to the manual, we should go to 0.65, which is quite a lot. But yeah, I definitely have to sort it out because we don't want to have a cracked pistons. So more grinding coming up. 80 cm. No, ešte 0,635 ešte stále. Okay guys, so we have all the piston rings in each cylinder, and currently we got them. That's good, we are happy with everything. So we have to clean up the edges with something like this, very small tool, and we have to take off the dirty edges what the small grinder left on them, so we don't want to have any scratches in the bore and stuff, so we gotta take them all out and clean them. Guys, so one piston with piston rings, we clean them all up. You can see it's moving freely, it's not really getting stuck anywhere, so it's cleaned up good. The arrow is going like towards the timing chain, timing belt in this case, and also the wrist pin of course is not in the center, so there's more material, or is more to the intake side than to the exhaust side, and it will be like this. So this is number 4, we will mark it up so it's not mixed up, and we will continue with the rest of the piston rings to clean them, put them on the pistons, and then we will be putting the con rods onto the pistons.
Ale bola aj zima, večer a hlavne na motorke. A jo, komentuješ, čo robíš?
Nie.
Majú ľudia nejaký zážitok?
Veľmi dobre vysvetlil.
Jak sa to volá, piest?
To však dávaš oné do oného.
Z oného bude oné a potom už keď bude všetko oné, tak to bude fajn.
Tak neviem. To je piest? Do piestu dáva polopružok do púškovej oblasti.
Kanál na rozmnožovanie.
Garáž je komplet ten on bol teraz bolo málo. Vidie to na streame na tejto chvíle. Čo sa deje? Valur bude večerať domácu puzzle s budeným kráľom. Ty sa o mňa môžu.
Tak to je dosť biede, brácho. No, 50 máme. Okay guys, so we insert piston with con rod number 1. We done the measurement with the plastic gauge, so we have 0.50 millimeter When I was checking the genuine bearings which were in there with the conrod, we have 0.38. It is out of spec because the manual is saying 0.4 maximum, but 0.50 is not a big issue, I don't think so. The engine will be running anyways 10W6TL for racing purpose, so it will be floating on more oil. We will check the rest of them, of course. If the measurements will be all the same, we'll be happy with it. So next time we'll put in piston number 4 with conrod and we will check the clearance. Jeden čo pôjde cez 500. Už sme to riešili teraz. Zaujíma. Dobre, tam sme sa nebuchli. Tu sme fajn. Dobre, teraz to ide do spodnej úvrate. Ani tam sme sa nikde nebuchli. Je vycentrovaný. Vypadá to fajn, kámo. Som s tým zatiaľ spokojný. So we put the first conrod with the piston in, finally in place. We tied it up 30 to 90 degrees. And right now we're just gonna put the opposite one, which is number 4. So let's check the clearance. Mm-hmm. 0.50. Okay. Okay. Touching your daddy. robiť takto. To neboli nejaké ešte...
Ani to, ani to.
To je tak. Všetko dokopy 50 hodín.
50?
A tak je. 30 bolo, čo som nezdal. Musím sa pozrieť, viem, že do videa som to vrát. Trochu video natočím. Nula 50. No je to dosť masakrné. Že ostanú tam tak ako to tam skrúškame potom be. To záleží, no. Národka je práve že viac, lebo tá Panamera je originál iba 4-miestna. Na to pozor horšie. Začínam byť vytrápený. Teraz budem musieť kúpiť nejakú 300 amperovú baterku na prvý štart, ty kokos. Keď to pôjde, ak teda 32. Ani 0,38, ani 0 pade. Dobre, Carbon Fiber.
Ešte aj všetko medzi tým.
Nájdu. Bolo kde zakopané toto auto, tak si ľudia povedia, že ten chlap bol na peči. Čiže, že na R6 neteče olej. Okay guys, so this is the progress from 2 days ago. So everything what you've seen on the video now is already edited at this point. Until this point what you see now, very poor result, it took us like 7 hours. So the 7 hours is not a clear labor, it was checking all the torque specs, checking all the material, doing the piston ring ups and everything. So it is labory, quite a bit of labor to actually get the engine to this point. Measure all the clearances and everything what you see. So right now the bottom end is sort of finished. Everything is put it back together as it should be. Everything is tied to the Newton meter spec. Everything has a bit of a play, of course. Nothing is seizing up. The engine is turning nicely as you've seen. And also I was quite not surprised but a bit shocked because these conrods are from Bartek, and you can see the part, the narrower part is actually always going to the center, to the center, to the center, and the conrod is right in the middle of the piston or the wrist pin to the piston. Also, what I mentioned about the piston, it's not drilled right in the middle, it's actually like offset to one side. And how we put it back together, we have all the arrows aiming to the front of the engine, where's the timing, and also from the other side the same way. However, the arrows here are on the intake, arrows here are on the exhaust. And I was actually looking at the pistons and everything, and because it's not drilled right in the middle, on bank 2, which is cylinders 4 to 6, we have the longer side aiming to the exhaust, and I thought on the bank 1 it will be like mirror wise, so it will be again on the exhaust, but both of them, the longer side of the piston from the pin is aiming the same way. I believe how the engineers actually did this is because how the engine is standing and it's a V, how it's pulling and pushing the conrod out is sort of balancing the forces. So that's why they made the engine like this with the pistons like this. Of course, this is not the only engine what they have, but I don't remember how it's on the V8. I can check on the other video. So this is what we did so far. This is the progress. Next up, we are finishing the bottom end with the oil pump and everything. We're gonna try to close the engine from the bottom. Then of course the cylinder heads, and we're gonna try to build in this video a bare engine. Natáčal si to? To tam určite nejde. Platňu. Co się respi, to już się rozwalił? Рядный фейл. Топ. And we have a day after again. So the guys meanwhile yesterday took out an engine from an RS5 and S5 B9. One is rocker arm prevention, the other one has a bit of a funny tapping noise. Time will tell if it's a rocker arm or a piston swap. But mainly yesterday evening we stopped all the work at the 2.7 engine from my Silver S4. So this is how far we get, we've seen. So we have like the exhaust manifolds on, turbo just like put on, holding on one nut. We'll still have to sort out everything. But the main issue why we couldn't continue really is that the camshafts what I took from the vehicle, one of them is not in an ideal condition. You can see it here. Yes. So basically you can see here it's like pitting on the profile, which is not really good. So this is not just mark, that's literally materially missing, and I think it wouldn't be really good. So currently we are facing a camshaft issue, same on the yellow one. Both of them are wear out, same cam, but different profile, and we can't get them. So that is a bit of a problem. Also a second problem what we having at the moment is that the cylinder heads, when you're messing about you will get a problem. So this is the cover and this is the cylinder head, a 2.8 cylinder head. And as you can see, we put the new hydraulic lifters there and everything, and I'm not sure if you're gonna see the difference. This is a 2.8 head, and I will show you a S4 cylinder head. Can you see the difference? If not, the difference is there are no oil lines, no oil line, no oil line, no oil line, and we have an oil line, oil line, oil line. So the oil feed to the cylinder head is actually on the 2.8 completely different. It will go from the first cap from the top to a tube to the other caps, which is lubricating camshaft on intake and camshaft on exhaust. However, when I bought these cylinder heads, I didn't have them, which is quite a bit of a problem because from the manufacturer, if you will see how it's done, they put it all back together and they're literally going to drill it through. So the caps which are with the cylinder head, you shouldn't really replace them, but it's like 50-50, it will be fine. We have to test it. At the moment we have no choice. I bought a complete cylinder heads with cams, which I need them, and also we will be using the 2.8 cams, which are probably better. And we have to use the top caps for the camshafts along with the oil line on the top. So that is the first problem what we're facing at the moment, a bit of a problem. Also yesterday I was cleaning the oil pump, which done 200,000 miles, and it's not like I'm a cheap fuck, but yeah, I come to a decision that new oil pump for a build like this will be probably good to have. So that's why the bottom is not with a cover yet. The turbos and everything are just fitted so far as they are. We still have to do loads of work. I'll be taking them off anyways because I want to close the whole engine up, do the timing, do everything to it. Then I want to put the gearbox on, and then we'll be mounting the turbo with the oil feed, returns, oil lines, coolant lines and everything. Also I'm missing a gasket in the middle, that will be coming shortly. And yeah, loads of things what needs to be sorted. So they'll be probably done this week, hopefully. And I still have to sort out the brakes, we still have to sort out the chassis, we still have to sort out catalytic converters, which are actually not here, so I have to order them because it's a straight pipe. So we need to put like high flow cuts, probably the same what I've got on the RS6 that'll do. And also I have these pipes from the tuning from Austria, which I bought, these lovely aluminium pipes for the whole intake. And unfortunately again, because I don't have a TT turbo, the diameter of the inlet is different, the diameter over here. So I took it to a machine shop and they done a brilliant job. So obviously, yeah, everything needs adjusting. So that was all sorted. So yeah, the silver chassis is still outside waiting, and it needs loads of work. I'm still waiting for the hinges or the stripes for the fuel tank. And I have a new ABS pump because that one has a fault, and I have to sort out the general condition of the chassis, paint, rust and everything. So that'll be quite interesting to do. But looking forward, I want to get it sorted so it's all done. Yellow one is still here. The yellow one will strip the engine down. Unfortunately, Mr. Doodoo Bash, who done the engine, didn't put it back together correctly, and we have to send everything to the machine shop to be home checked. We can't use the pistons from it and stuff, so 2 sad B5s in the yard, and we'll keep you updated. So that's all from the video, guys. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Maybe an S4, maybe RS6, I don't know. Depends what we'll be filming. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video. So thank you for watching again. Take care for now and see you.